This is my project for assignment 2. I will try my best to make this 3 to 5 minutes long. Anyway, starting up the little demo. Here is my shop for things like next level. Quit comes up in application.quit, but also shows up in debug.log. We can buy. Then it'll show that we own that. We can go through the different things. There are 9 of them. They each have a description. That can buy this as well. And then we have our slots down here that we can go through as well. They'll show nothing if there's nothing in that slot. So I can move this to the slot. I can also move this to as many slots as I want to and remove them from the slot. Over here, I can click on them to go through them rapidly if I want to choose what slot to go through. I had bought this one as well. Move to slot. Equip will just show you that you've equipped it, and if you're in one that doesn't have it, it'll say there's no item to equip. Okay, let's buy as many of these as we can. We can also sell them. So, and then it'll automatically remove them from our inventory. And if I try to buy something that I don't have enough money for, it'll show that I don't have enough money. If I try to sell something, it'll say that I don't have that item to begin with. Yeah, thanks. Now I'm gonna go through my code very quickly. We'll start here at the top. And I'll make this a little bit. I have all of my serialized field things and my variables before the start. Start will kind of instantiate a lot, well, not instantiate, but like put a lot of things to start with by calling a lot of these to begin with and setting up some of the variables starting points, like your money starts at 85. Then we can go through void update, just kind of goes through this for every time you press a button that brings up text that'll only last about 3 seconds on screen. This is your inventory slot update, so this will happen every time you click a button. That'll change what is in your inventory on the left, so those little squares to show what's in there. Hotbar slot change, so this will happen every time you click something that changes what's in the hotbar. And I have this by using arrays. So this array has this value. The hotbar slot will change every time you change slots, and that value will be this value, that value. It'll show you what values of each thing come on screen during when. Shop slot change is the exact same idea, using a different array for each of those things to show what item it is. Previous next slot, this is a button press, which we have an int to declare which button is pressed of the 4 to go next or previous on either the shop or the hotbar. Remove from move to slot, same thing, button with an integer to come through to show us which one is removing and which one is moving. Removing is pretty simple. If there's nothing there to begin with, nothing will really happen. Moving, it'll tell you if you even own that item, and if you don't, it'll say that you don't own that item and that you're not able to move it. Otherwise, it will bring up hotbar slot change and inventory slot update. Buy and sell is kind of the same idea as that as well, except it'll show you the bool of is this weapon owned with your shop navigation and shop slot to show which weapon we're talking about in which slot. It'll then run it through how much money you have and if you even can buy it, and if you can, it'll tell you you can't. If you already own it, it'll tell you you already own it, no point in buying it. And then the sell is basically the same thing, just telling you if you don't own it, you can't buy it, you can't sell it. Otherwise, it'll just run through the slot changes. Inventory click, this is for if you click the little buttons in the inventory on the left, which will change which hotbar slot you're in, and then run hotbar slot change. Other buttons, this runs through our next level button, which just brings up some text that lasts 3 seconds. Our quit has our application.quit, and then you press to quit, and our equip, which is the exact same thing as next level, except it'll tell you if there's even an item in that slot to begin with. Then we have shuffled list. So to begin with, I have our shop slot list. Basically 1 through 9 of the items of how I usually have them, and then for a randomized time of the order of all of them, I go and I shuffle this list in the start. This will be called every time in the start to shut off all of those texts that aren't supposed to be active, and it'll also run in update when we go through to the time change. For example, like when it tells you you can't sell an item in that last 3 seconds, and then instead of just going through that one, it'll go through all of these so that I don't have to write them all separately. Anyway, thank you for watching.